For centuries, humanity has looked up at the stars and wondered what lies beyond our own world. Join me as we explore the fascinating and detailed timeline of space exploration, from the earliest theoretical concepts to the modern interplanetary missions. Our journey begins in the early 20th century with pioneers who laid the groundwork for space exploration. In 1903, Russian scientist Konstantin Tsiolkovsky published The Exploration of Cosmic Space by Means of Reaction Devices. He proposed the use of rockets for space travel and formulated the rocket equation, which describes how rockets achieve motion in space. Tsiolkovsky's vision of multi-stage rockets and space colonies would inspire the future generations. The application of Tsiolkovsky's theories began during the World War II. German engineer Werner von Braun developed the V-2 rocket, the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. On October 3, 1942, the V-2 became the first man-made object to reach the edge of space, achieving an altitude of 189 kilometers. Although developed as a weapon, the V-2's technology was crucial for post-war rocket advancements. After World War II, the United States and the Soviet Union captured German rocket technology and expertise for fueling their own space programs. Operation Paperclip brought von Braun and his team to US, where they developed rockets for NASA. In the Soviet Union, Sergei Korolev led the development of the R-7 rocket. This intercontinental ballistic missile became the basis of first space launch vehicle. In 1947, the United States launched fruit flies aboard the V-2 rocket. Later in 1949, a monkey named Albert II. These missions aimed to understand space impact on biological organisms. On August 31, 1950, the United States successfully recovered mice from a V-2 rocket, demonstrating the feasibility of safe animal return on missions. On October 4, 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite. Weighing about 83.6 kg, Sputnik transmitted radio pulses that could be received on Earth, marking the beginning of space age and the start of the space race. A month later, on November 3, 1957, Sputnik 2 carried Laika, a stray dog from Moscow, into the orbit. Laika was the first animal to orbit the Earth. Though she did not survive the mission, her journey provided data on living organisms' reactions to the space conditions. Luna 2 became the first human-made object to impact the Moon on September 12, 1959. Subsequently, Luna 3, launched in October 1959, provided the first images of the Moon's far side. The early 1960s saw the first human ventures into the space. On April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin orbited the Earth aboard the Vostok 1, becoming the first human in space. His 108-minute flight was a monumental achievement for the Soviet Union. On May 5, 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American in space aboard Freedom 7, a suborbital flight that reached an altitude of 187.5 kilometers. His 15-minute mission was a crucial step for the US space program. On June 16, 1963, Valentina Tereshkova made history as the first woman in space, orbiting Earth 48 times in Vostok 6. In March 1965, Alexei Leonov conducted the first spacewalk during the Voskhod 2 mission, spending 12 minutes outside the spacecraft. This extravehicular activity demonstrated the potential for human operations outside the spacecraft. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy challenged the United States to land a man on the Moon and return him safely by the end of the decade. This goal led to the Apollo program. Apollo 7, launched on October 11, 1968, was the first manned mission, testing the command and service module in Earth orbit. On December 21, 1968, Apollo 8 was the first manned mission to orbit the Moon, sending back the iconic Earthrise photograph.
I'm going to step off the limb. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
On July 20th, 1969, Apollo 11 successfully landed on the Moon. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the lunar surface, collecting samples and conducting experiments. Michael Collins orbited the Moon in the command module. This mission success fulfilled Kennedy's goal and marked a significant victory for the US in the space race. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union pursued robotic lunar missions. Luna 16, launched on September 20, 1970, returned lunar soil samples, and Luna 17, launched on November 10 of the same year, delivered Lunokhod 1, the first robotic rover to explore the lunar surface. In 1970s, the focus shifted to space stations and planetary exploration. The Soviet Union launched the first space station, Salyut 1, on April 19, 1971, while the US launched Skylab in 1973, hosting 3 manned missions that provided extensive data to human adaptation to microgravity. NASA's Viking 1 and Viking 2, launched in 1975, became the first successful Mars landers in 1976. They conducted experiments searching for life and provided detailed images and atmospheric data from the Martian surface. In 1977, NASA launched Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. These spacecrafts provided unprecedented data on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune and continued to send information from beyond our solar system. The Soviet Union launched Salyut 6 in 1977 and Salyut 7 in 1982. They were advanced long-duration human spaceflight, setting records for time spent in orbit. The 1980s introduced reusable spacecraft with NASA's Space Shuttle program. Columbia's first flight on April 12, 1981 demonstrated the shuttle's capability for repeated missions, carrying astronauts and cargo to space. Tragedy struck on January 28, 1986, when the Space Shuttle Challenger exploded 73 seconds after launch, killing all 7 crew members. The disaster led to significant safety changes in the shuttle program. In 1990, the Space Shuttle Discovery deployed the Hubble Space Telescope, which has since provided breathtaking images and crucial data on the universe. The 1990s saw the beginning of the International Space Station, a collaborative effort involving space agencies from United States, Russia, Europe, Japan, and Canada. On November 20, 1998, the first module, Zarya, was launched, followed by the Unity module on December 4, 1998. The ISS has become a symbol of international cooperation and scientific research in space. In 2001, Denis Tito became the first space tourist, visiting the ISS aboard a Russian Soyuz spacecraft. His trip marked the beginning of commercial space travel. The new millennium brought renewed focus on Mars. NASA's rovers Spirit and Opportunity, which landed in 2004, conducted extensive geological research and discovered evidence of past water on Mars. In 2008, SpaceX Falcon 1 became the first privately developed liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit. SpaceX achievements paved the way for more cost-effective and frequent missions, heralding a new era of commercial spaceflight. The 2010s saw significant advancements in reusable rocket technology. SpaceX Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy and Blue Origin's New Shepard demonstrated successful vertical landings, reducing the cost of access to space and opening new possibilities for space exploration. From Mars 2015 to Mars 2016, astronauts Scott Kelly and Mikhail Kornienko conducted the first year-long mission aboard the ISS, studying the effects of long-duration spaceflight on human body, crucial for future deep space missions. NASA's Perseverance rover, which landed on Mars in 2021, is searching for the signs of past life and collecting samples for future return missions. The James Webb Space Telescope, launched in December 2021, promises to peep deeper into the universe than ever before, unveiling the secrets of cosmos and potentially discovering habitable planets and the origin of the universe. Additionally, NASA's Artemis program aims to return humans to the moon by 2024 and establish a sustainable presence, paving the way for future Mars missions. The future of space exploration holds even more promise. Planned for crewed missions to Mars, advancement in space tourism, and potential asteroid mining suggest a new era where humanity may become a multiplanetary species. Space exploration continues to push the boundaries of what we know and what we are capable of achieving. The journey of space exploration is far from over. As we continue to reach for the stars, each milestone brings us closer to unlocking the mysteries of cosmos and understanding our place in the universe.